That's McLaren clipping it through to McCoist. The Rangers just cannot hang on to possession. They're finding it very difficult indeed, but here's Gascoigne through to Laudrup. Again, the Romanian players clustering around him. And this is exactly what Diak Athens did to him last season. And just a little bit of frustration there from the Danish player. Here comes Steaua again. Dobos pushing forward. Militaru. Nice little turn by him. What are you? That shot there from Gilka, taking a deflection. No problem for Andy Gorham. So Gilka there, 13 full caps for his country, and played in last year's World Cup.
I can't believe Archie not speechless. Speechless there. He's normally shouting and ranting and raving, but they're not quite getting it together at the back of the moment, Rangers.
This is Petric. Not committing himself. It's Bukur. Gilka. Home fans starting to make a bit of noise. And they'll be certainly enjoying the amount of possession the team have had in this first half. And we're midway through that first half, in actual fact. This is Ilya. Goes down by McLaren. And it's Steaua's ball. You. And he wins the free kick. Vladiu, the number 9, has a bit of a problem with his temperament. He was sent off in the World Cup last year against Switzerland, then promptly sent home and suspended. But he served his time and he's back in the national team. Here he is again. Nice little touch by him. And it's Militaru who goes down, and the shot goes in there from Gilka. And it's a goal kick. Well, I think Steaua, just before that ball was struck, were looking for a free kick.
Just controlling the edge of the area here. Goes over for the free kick there, but this is a good snapshot. Had it been on target, I think Rangers would have blocked it. But the Romanians are a bit sharp. They get balls to feet in the box. They're very sharp, take quick free kicks. Very busy little team, and Rangers just got to keep their concentration factor going, which Goff's doing well at the heart of the defence. If he can keep his other two central defenders with him and his fullbacks tight and see out this spell, then they've got a chance of getting some possession. They've had scant possession so far.
Yeah, challenge going in from Paul Gascoigne, and he's being pulled over by the referee. Rather wild lunge by the Rangers midfielder, and that's a yellow card for him. Of course, it puts him under pressure for the rest of this match, but also these things mount up very quickly. 2 yellow cards and European ties, and you're suspended. You come flying in there, and that's the kind of challenge he's got to cut out of his game.
I think that's a sign of the frustration of the Rangers team. They haven't been able to get hold of the ball, and they've had to defend well.
And just before that, Andy Gorham was warned what the referee interpreted was time wasting, and certainly Gorham doesn't want to pick up a booking, being so important to Rangers. That's the reason Lakatouche is missing tonight. You get a second yellow card for time wasting, and that's a costly way to go out. So just over 25 minutes gone here. Still no scoring. This is Militaru. Was it shot to Raducan? It's Durant doing well, but again Steaua push it forward. It's Bukur now. Getting away from Charlie Miller initially. In comes Goff. Again, Steaua have it. Again, it's good play by Militaru. Across comes Gascoigne. And that's out for, in fact, it's Rangers' ball. The referee waving play on there. And now it's Laudrup. Again, players all around him, but he turns well. Through now for Cleland. McCoist in the middle. But again, it all breaks down for Rangers. And this is Raducan. Leaves it to Militaru. It's Gilka. Militaru again, Gilka. And again, the referee, and the waves play on. Gilka's on the ground, and Gascoigne is also hurt. Both players getting back to their feet as play goes on. This is Stephen Wright. Durant plays it through. It's picked up now by Miller, and the offside flag is up as McCoist goes forward. Gascoigne still limping a little bit after hurting himself, but seems to be okay. It's McCoist playing it through, but again, it's a slack one. And again, Steaua take up possession. This is Gilka. To Vladayu.
I think had he been playing cricket, he would have been bowled middle stump there, a bit of a bobble off the pitch, but they're very sharp to anything, very quick to anything in the middle of the park. Charlie Miller, Gazzo and Ian Durant really haven't had any time to settle on the ball, and when Alan McCoist laid the ball back there was 2 or 3 men around him straight away to nick the ball back and retain possession. So Rangers can't get possession first and foremost, and they can't keep it as well. But I think that's really down to the good play by Steaua Bucharest.
This is Durant, but challenged immediately there by Dobosh. Gascoigne trying to get through now, but again you can just see how quickly the defenders and the midfielders are closing Rangers down. And now the break's on for Raducan, trying to get through there to Vladayu. But Rangers get it away. This is Cheek. Gilka. Leaving it now to Dobosh. It's Ilya. Come out by McLaren. Now it's Gascoigne. It's played by Cleland, but again it's a slack one. Rangers continually giving the ball away, which will not be pleasing the management team. It's Gilka trying the shot. And took a deflection, but again Andy Gorham looked quite comfortable. Well, Gilka is a player who likes to get forward, links well. This is Durant now, across to right. Durant again, McCoist in the middle. Well, the goalkeeper and the defender getting in one another's way. Well, that's certainly a hopeful sign for Rangers. A complete misunderstanding there between the goalkeeper and his defender. It's McCoist. So losing out. This is Cheek. Dobosh. So we're now on the half-hour mark, and there's still no scoring here. As Gilka picks up the play for Steaua. This is Dobosh. Challenged by Laudrup. Well, certainly one or two signs that this defence is capable of making mistakes. And if Rangers can just get forward and apply a bit more pressure, who knows? And Charlie Miller now springs to the edge of the area, but it's Gilka who's dropped deep. Headed down by Petric, and a good header too to Cleland. It's picked up by Durant. This is more promising by Rangers. Now it's Laudrup. Militaru goes in there initially, and then the cross comes cheek, and that's Rangers' ball.
Yeah, this is Rangers' best spell of the game. A long ball into the box. Anybody who saw the Monaco Leeds game last night can testify that the goalkeeper and defender got in the way, and Rangers, Charlie Miller especially, just unlucky. The ball didn't drop for him as it fell for Tony Yeboah last night, but good play by Rangers.
This is Stephen Wright. It's away by Cheek. Returned by Miller. Stephen Wright gets a touch. It's cleared by Pirvu. Bukur on to Raducan. This is Vladoyuk. Again, good play by Steaua. Excellent play there. And Rangers scrambled away. Richard Goff coming across. But this man has been a thorn in the Rangers side from the start, Ilya. It's played clear by McLaren. Now it's Laudrup. Gascoigne starts to run through the middle. But the pass goes astray. And Gascoigne is just out of shot at the moment. Not a happy man.
It was a good run by Gascoigne, and just for once, Brian Laudrup not quite getting the pass to his feet and to right on the target. So if they can can get some passing going through the middle of the defence, this is a pretty square, static defence, and there's obviously not a good understanding between the goalkeeper and his back four.
McClellan moves in smartly. Dobosh made the challenge on him. This is Gilka. Again, taking the opportunity to spring forward. It's Militaru. Stepping away from McLaren. Good play by Militaru. Then the header goes from Ilya. That's a fine save by Andy Gorham. But again, Steaua showing just how dangerous they can be. A quick break-up field starting with Gilka.
Yes, they're in the hole that Alec Clellens just vacated. A good ball across, good diving header, but a comfortable save for Andy Gorham. But here he goes past Alan McLaren, whips a good ball back first time, good header on target. Andy Gorham, comfortable save.
It's Rangers at the other end. It's Charlie Miller. Pirvu sticks to the task, gets it away only as far as Petric. This is Wright. And he's taken out of the play. And both players on the ground and will require some treatment. Well, just little signs that Rangers are settling. But again, we'll have to watch the counter-attack, as we saw just a moment ago. Gilka getting forward.
They do seem a bit more switched on, Bucharest. A little bit more concentration level, just a little bit high, or higher at the right times.
So it's played by Laudrup. This is Durant, but again, Steaua get it away, this time through Raducan, back helping in defence. This is McLaren, looking for McCoist. But, there's no one there in support.
Yeah, he needs a better ball up to him, up to his feet, but as soon as the ball does go through the air to Ali McCoist, the defenders are straight onto him, because there's two defenders just marking the Solitude Rangers striker, Ali McCoist. But he needs the ball into feet. He needs the ball to be able to control and hold it up to get Rangers out.
Well, it's a shocker by Cheek, and it's picked up by Laudrup. Nice little turn by him. He tried to pick out Gascoigne, but Steaua have it again. Petric is beaten this time. Well, it certainly is a shoot-on-sight policy. And Ilya again.
Here he comes inside. He just luckily puts the ball over the bar, but Rangers guilty then of trying to be over-elaborate. Brian Laudrup trying to be over-elaborate, but they're trying to push men forward in an effort to try and get beyond Brian Laudrup, to try and help Ali McCoist up there, and to obviously get on the end of one of the passes. But everybody went charging forward and were very vulnerable at the back.
Well, Laudrup took a knock just a moment or so ago, but he seems to be okay again. As Steaua start to build one more time. This is Vladayu being shadowed all the way by Goff. Again, he shows great persistence. This is Pierreville. Well, they're certainly not afraid to have a go, but that one well wide of target.
They're pretty tricky customers. I mean, if they sometimes shape as though they're going to shoot, then pass, and sometimes as though they're going to pass and then shoot. But they must have been told to have a shoot on sight policy, because any time they see those white sticks and see Andy Gorham on the goal, they're trying to beat him. So he's got to be on his toes, Andy Gorham. Obviously, defenders have got to be on their toes. If any rebounds do come off Andy Gorham, they're there first to pick up the pieces.
Well, this team enjoyed so much possession against Rangers in the pre-season tournament, despite losing goals. And they're certainly enjoying a lot of possession again. And Rangers, again, not convincing in getting the ball clear. This is Militaru. Comes off Cleland. Vladayu's in there. And that's good defending by Alan McLaren. And the header taking the pressure away from his goalkeeper. Again, McCoy gets a touch with his head, but there's no one up there really in support. As Terry said, they've got to get it into his feet. So just under 8 minutes of the first half left here in Bucharest. Still no scoring. This is Petric. But again, it's not a good pass. Easily taken away there by Militaru. This is Prodan, the player that Archie Knox described as a young Richard Goff when he was out here watching him about 10 days ago. Here's Gascoigne. It's played on to the right foot for Andy Gorham, who clears comfortably. It's Gilka. Militaru. Bukur. This is Vladayu. Bukur's well forward. That was Charlie Miller getting it away. Now it's Durant. And again, possession is returned to Steaua. This is Ilya. And it's Stephen Wright who clears. And Slackman there by Dobosh. Gives the throw in to Rangers.
A chance for Rangers to have a breather as well, because they've had to defend well. They're making good runs, the Bucharest players in behind the Rangers three, in between them as well, and sometimes the passes are getting there, sometimes they're not, but they're causing Rangers a lot of problems. Rangers can't get out at the moment, and they're just content to whack the ball up the field and hopefully force the Bucharest defenders into giving bad possession away. So it's a bit tidy, it's a bit scrappy from both sides. The only thing is now Rangers, with a free kick in this situation, can get Richard Goff forward, can get defenders forward, and I hope to get on the end of things.
So it's McCoy who starts a run. Cleland comes in, but the ball going beyond everyone. And out for the throw to Steaua. This is Radican, but loses out to Gascoigne. And it's Rangers who get the free kick. I think Gascoigne has got his breath back again after that run he made some time ago. Laudrup just failed to pick him out with a pass. But Gascoigne not stamping any authority in this game. So we're inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. This is Goff, the Rangers captain. Gascoigne. And Rangers get the throw midway inside the Steaua half. It's Petric. Gascoigne. Still it's Gascoigne. Good play by him here. Well, that was more like it for him, but the break's on. Rangers will have players back. Good through for Vladayu. McLaren goes with him. It's away by Stephen Wright. And McLaren leaves it for Gorham.
It was very nearly on then for Paul Gascoigne to go through, but you notice that this lucky ricochets and everything else that have fallen to the Bucharest players. It happened once more. Gaza shot, the ball bounced out, and Ilya, who is quite deep and coming off the three central defenders, picked the ball up, and then was once more right at the Rangers rear guard. But Rangers really will be content to go into half-time goalless. They'll be content not to have conceded anything, but the Bucharest team have had one or two decent half chances.
That's Gascoigne intercepting. Now it's Laudrup. Again, McCoy's the lone figure in the middle. Still it's Laudrup. Charlie Miller goes in a good run now. This is Miller. Then he goes down on the edge of the area. Well, Rangers players claiming that he was inside the box. The referee awards the free kick right on the line. Well, just 3 minutes to go until half-time. Well, certainly Charlie Miller was inside the box when he tumbled. So a bit of pushing and shoving going on. It was a good ball played through by Laudrup. He did well there. The challenge was made, though, just outside the area. This is a real chance for Rangers now, and what a time it would be to strike. They hit Steaua with a goal just on the interval in the pre-season friendly. And the goal now could knock the stuffing out of the Romanians after the effort they put into the first half, the amount of possession they've had. And with players like Gascoigne around, Petric is there as well, who can also strike them. So the two new Rangers players there, it's Gascoigne and Petric. There are 2 minutes left to half-time. Did this for the breakthrough. It's Gascoigne. And the goalkeeper positioned himself well.
We've seen Rowan Kuban just put it over the wall to the other side, I think, but Gaza probably thought the goalkeeper might try and read it and move across his area. It was well struck, but the goalkeeper stood his ground and was able to take the catch comfortably. A good chance Gaza would, I would say, 9 times out of 10 have put them away, but wasn't to be in that occasion.
So again, it's Steaua with the patient build-up. This is Militaru. We're inside the final minute of the first half. This is Purvu. It's away by Goff. It's played across now to Cheek. And the linesman's flagging. And the referee's going over for a word, and he's awarding the free kick to Steaua. Rodican challenged there by Cleland. So this is certainly not a time that Rangers will want to lose one. Having survived to this stage in the closing seconds of the first half. And Gorham had to move smartly. Well, Walter Smith there, not looking exactly happy, but the Rangers can get into the dressing room now at half-time at 0-0. That might just cheer him up. We're now moving into injury time. Well, Gorham again was struggling a bit there, but it was Petric who came across and gets a pat in the head there from his goalkeeper. Rangers lost a goal so close to half-time against Athens in the first leg last year, having survived so long. Still they face the pressure here. It's Fladeau with the corner kick, the in-swinger. Gorham's in trouble again, and the ball goes behind. Well, Gorham's claiming that he was impeded, but the referee's awarded a goal kick. But that's 3 times in the last minute that Andy Gorham was struggling a bit. Initially, he failed to hold the ball. And Petric had to come across and clear. And he was really in all kinds of trouble there. So that's a minute of stoppage time played. And Rangers have survived. It's headed on by Gascoigne. It's returned by Prodan. And Elia did well to keep that ball in play, but Rangers have it now through McCoist, who's quickly closed down. And gets a free kick. It's played short by Stephen Wright. Now it's Gascoigne. Good running again by Charlie Miller. Yilka's with him. McCoist in there, the goalkeeper's in trouble again. And Rangers have the corner now. Well, they're defending at either end, leaving a bit to be desired. So we're well into stoppage time in this first half. And there's a chance here for Rangers. Richard Gough has moved forward to the edge of the area. It's played in towards the near post up. And there goes the half-time whistle. Well, Rangers really struggling to get a lot of possession in that first half, but Walter Smith will not be unhappy with the scoreline.
Well, I think that he'll say to his team at half-time, well, he hasn't really played yet. It's a system that they're still working on, they're still getting to grips with. I think once they get to grips with the midfield of Steaua Bucharest, who are very close and coming in, they're bunching it very tight in the middle of the park. So any time Rangers players release themselves in midfield, they're getting caught out when Steaua Bucharest win back possession. But once they get that sorted out, once they can get a bit of passing going, once Leidup can get on the ball a little bit more, I just see him get more possession, they've got a chance, because the Bucharest team do look vulnerable at the back. The goalkeeper looks a bit dodgy as well. Any high balls into the box, better balls into the box, better quality from free kicks. They've got a chance in the second half. They haven't played in the first half, so hopefully second half they've got a chance of coming out there and doing something.
The half-time score here in Romania is Bucharest 0, Rangers 0.
Yes, after testing first 45 minutes for Rangers, we'll take a short break. Join Trevor, Alex and myself in a couple of minutes from now for some half-time analysis. And welcome back. It's Steaua 0, Rangers 0 over in Bucharest. Trevor, what do you make of it?
Relatively happy. I think we would have been happy before the game to say at half-time it's 0-0, but a little bit disappointed in the way that we've played. We haven't really had possession and put them under the pressure that they've put us under. So it's a little bit disappointing in that respect.
No Lakatush for the Romanians tonight, Alex, so they stuck in this kid Raducan, and he looks lively, doesn't he? He had a chance.
Yeah, he's played very well. But I think it's, as Trevor says, Rangers really haven't kept possession. Well, there's the shot there. In fact, they've shot in sight, really. If a wee bit desperate at times, a wee bit frustrated at times, but
we sort of limited them to those sort of opportunities mainly. Once or twice they've got round the back of us, but it's mainly been shots from 30, 35 yards, which you expect Andy Gorham to stop anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not been too threatening.
As Alec rightly says, though, they do have a shooting sight policy. This guy Gilka shoots all the time, doesn't he? Left-footed character.
Right, as Alex said, it's every opportunity, and obviously they'll be hoping that one of them flies into the box. But we've got to maintain that, keep it nice and tight at the back, as we have been doing. We've got a lot of numbers behind the ball. No deflection on that, but again, it was comfortable for Andy. So
Rangers have defended well. They've sat on the edge of the box for most of the game when Steaua have come forward. But they've defended very well in there, and there's not a lot of space for the Steaua Bucharest players to get behind Rangers. But in saying that, I'd like to see Rangers keeping a wee bit more possession, taking the heat off the front guys. Too many long balls to the likes of McCoist, and they're getting dispossessed far too easily.
They do have a real danger man, Steaua, in this Adrian Elia. He's in everything, isn't he?
He is. He's picking the ball up outside the box, and he's actually getting on the end of things inside the box as well. And this incident was quite serious for us.